Okay. I hope that my microphone is working better. I did try to test it. I had to switch to my cell phone um, because I couldn't figure out what was going on with the computer. So I ended up having to switch to my cell phone, and I'll just use that for the meantime. And then I'll figure out what's going on with it later on. But I actually I had plans today to discuss a wide range of topic. I actually had the schedule earlier, I think last week or this week. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember. But I ended up having to cancel because, of course, I wasn't feeling well. But today I was feeling a little better. So I said, you know what, let me go ahead and get it out the way. And then, like an hour ago, I started feeling sleepy. So I didn't want to miss it. I wanted to push through and see and just maybe talk a little bit. I don't expect that anyone is watching. I actually didn't promote it too much. I didn't say too much about it because I'm actually just wanting to test it out for the first time. But I just wanted to come on here, talk a little bit. If anybody does happen to be listening or joining, I can put the link on. You can come on, come on with me and we can have a conversation and discuss different things. But give me a minute. Give me just a minute and we'll get started. Because I definitely do want to go to bed. I don't want to be on here long. So give me just a moment. I'll be right back. I'm kind of going to leave my mic on. I'm trying to see if anybody can hear me. I don't think anyone is watching, but I'm just trying to test and see. I'm kind of going to leave my mic on. Okay, so I guess it is working. Um, so I'll put my camera back on and we'll get started. Okay, so first things first, I want to say happy Sickle Cell Awareness Month to not just my sickle cell warriors, our caregivers, our loved one that understand us, our amazing providers that work tirelessly. I know a lot of people have horrible stories about their doctors or whatever the case is, but I know that there are some amazing doctors out there, and I'm actually, very happy to say that my doctor is amazing. I mean, absolutely, without him, I don't know where I would be, but he's one of the good ones. So, shout out to all my sickle cell warriors, our caregivers, our family, people that are understanding about our illness, our providers, our nurses, our physician assistants, just anybody in general that works with sickle cell or that knows anything about sickle cell or has a loved one or friend or whatever that's impacted. Happy Sickle Cell Awareness Month to you. I will have to say that I am very glad and grateful that I see all my fellow warriors. No matter what it is that we're going through, there's a lot of people still out there advocating. They're doing everything that they can. They're doing the best that they can. They're working very hard and tirelessly to keep spreading awareness for sickle cell, just for people to just understand and know. So, happy Sickle Cell Awareness Month to everyone. And, I want to put a little special highlight on sickle cell warriors. I want to say that, they are the most amazing people that I've ever met on this planet. And I don't say that just because I'm a sickle cell warrior myself. I say that because a lot of us are the most grateful. I won't say patient because we go through so much that we can't have that patience. But I have to say, like, we're the most grateful people. Like, we don't take situations for granted. We're always appreciative no matter what life throws at us. And we go through so much, and still we work so hard to strive to beat the stigma, to, have people understand that, we are warriors. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep striving. We're going to keep doing what we can to achieve. So, shout out to all my sickle cell warriors. You guys are amazing. I see like so many people, their struggles, their fights, everything that they go through. And I see them still appreciative of life, of their family, of the little things that they have, and just you guys are amazing. So I want to start off with the pandemic in 2020. So 2020, I had to do notes because I tell you, I'm really, really extremely tired, but I wanted to push through this because, as I said, I had so much planned for Sickle Cell Awareness Month that I don't know what it is about the month of September. It's my birthday month, but for some reason, the month of September, like I always, God forbid, I'm not going to end up in nobody's hospital this, month. But I always either end up in the hospital or I end up having to, be home, take off work sick with a crisis. And, the devil has been trying it, but the devil's a lie. So I was like, today I'm going to come on and I'm going to do what I got to do and just push through this. So forgive me if I go through it a little fast. Like I said, if anybody is out there listening and would like to come on, I can put the link, and you can come on. You can do, we can come on, we can talk about whatever it is that you guys want to talk about, and maybe that will keep me up. I don't know, but just to talk a little bit about 2020. So much has changed, like so much has changed. And a lot of us are upset about it. We're afraid of the unknown, like nobody knows what's going to happen. Children are upset at their parents because they can't get out. Parents are upset at their children because they want them to go to school. So much has been happening, and not even just in our personal lives, but the world in itself, like, and how it's changing. It's so much happening, and so much happening so fast that it's not really giving us time to adjust, and people are so afraid, and just so many crazy things are going on. But I say that to say, yes, we're going through a lot, but we have got to find a way to adjust and cope with this. You know, I I see a lot of, suicide talk, just different things that are happening in the media, and so many different things, like with just not even just celebrities, but normal people. And I just sit there and I think about it that, we really at this point need our faith. And that's what I'm always grateful that my parents gave us, is faith. With everything going on, yes, I'm afraid. Yes, I'm angry. Yes, I have like all the emotions built in one. But at the end of the day, I have my faith. I know whatever it is that happened, God is gonna have my back. So, I just say that, we have to adapt. We have to gather our faith back. We have to figure out how we're just going to cope with things. You know, More so for me, personal changes, like things have been like up and down. It's been a roller coaster for me because I had my daughter. It was like so many complications and everything with that. And then she was small. We didn't get to go out. And then when she was able to go out, it's like COVID happened. And then you have the fear of, oh my God, what's going to happen to us? Like, is there going to be enough food? Does my baby have enough milk? So it was just like so many things that was happening at once. And getting adjusted to being a new mom and not having to just be me and fending for me. And if I don't feel well, I can just go to the hospital, go to the day hospital, do what I have to do for me, but not just now having to fend for me, but I have this little girl that I always have to put first, which, I absolutely love and adore. I would do anything for my daughter, but I just had to learn how to adjust. And For me, being sick and having to go into the hospital made me sad and made me cry that, oh my God, like I have to leave my child. And then I always think about it as, oh my God, when I really do have to go to the hospital, I'm going to be leaving her for a period of time. So when I have to go and leave her for a day just to go get treatment or whatever, it breaks my heart because I'm like, dang, if I have to go to the hospital, I'm already going to have to leave her for 2 weeks. So I need to spend all the time that I can with her. So it was just so much going on as far as like my emotion. I don't know if my hormones were still, going up and down, but it was just so much going on as far as my personal life that I just felt like my back was against the wall. But I really appreciated the fact that I was able to get a personal coach that helped me through, like a kind of like a life coach that kind of helped me through those fear and having my family, just kind of help talk me through and walk me through. So it's really important. I know everybody has a struggle, and I can't speak for everybody's struggle, and I can't find a solution for everybody's struggle. But what I can tell you is that you just have to you just have to have faith. You have to keep trying. You have to do whatever it is to get off your sad period or your scared period or whatever it is that you're going through. You have to take that moment away and figure out, okay, it's okay for me to be afraid about this. It's okay for me to be, to be nervous about this. It's okay for me to be angry about this. But the question is, what am I going to do about it? So, that's some of the things that I kind of learned and worked through. But I say that to say, like, a lot of times people, not just sickle cell patient, people that go through chronic illness, and especially people that are parents, you struggle with having to go get the medical help you need or having to leave your child. Or some people in some cases don't have anywhere for their children to go to. So it's like having to, oh, now I have to go look for daycare or childcare, whatever, for my child, just for me to be able to go to the hospital. Some people don't have family around, and it's just so much. But like I said, I'm grateful for my family, very grateful for my family, because without them, I know I definitely can't do it on my own. But it's just that you just have to, once again, adapt. You have to find a way that you're going to make things easier for yourself. I had to learn that, yeah, I keep saying that, oh, I'm gonna not go to the hospital so that I don't miss time with my child. But if I continue to sacrifice my health and God forbid something happens, then it's like you really can't be there for your child. So you just have to find a way to cope, and a way to kind of adapt. You just have to find the system with things. You always have to adapt to your situation, and you always have to find a way to cope with it. And with this whole pandemic situation, we just have to learn to adjust. We just have to learn to do what it is that's going to keep you and your family safe. Um so basically, told you all that story just to say I went through a lot. I really don't have the time to talk about every single thing here, but I went through a lot. But with the support that I have around me, I learned that rely on the people that are there. It's okay for you to feel a certain type of way. Just find a way to adjust, adapt around it. It's okay. You can feel how you feel. You have a right to, but you just have to find a way to adjust and to adapt. And you have to find a way to not let that situation or whatever it is consume you completely, because as a sickle cell patient, that will eat into you. That will cause stress, and that will cause a sickle cell crisis. So just find a way to adapt, find a way to, kind of be a chameleon and just adapt to your surroundings, and decide what's best for you, and stop dwelling on the situation. Um, I just my personal opinion. I'm not a therapist or anything, because Lord knows I got my own issues. But that brings me to the topic of, returning to work. So the job the job came around. I've actually been applying for a job for a while, I think since my daughter was 8 months, and there she goes, waking up. But I've actually applied for a job since she was the age of 8 months. Hang on, I'll be right back. See what I mean? You have to learn to adapt and adjust to your situation. But I have been applying for the job for months. And I remember I got to a point where I was discouraged. Like, you know what? Forget it. It's nothing going on. It's not going to work. I'm going to take a break. And I applied. I started, I don't know what possessed me, but something said, you know what? Go look for something, some stay at home jobs. And I applied, and once again, I didn't think I was going to get it. I was just like, duh, duh, duh. I don't even think I put that much effort into the application, but I applied. And as I applied, I got a call. And I remember I got the call on Tuesday. By that Friday, I was picking up my equipment. So it really didn't give me enough time to figure out daycare and everything else. And once again, family was there. Everything just worked out. We adapted. You know, my sister-in-law was able to keep her. But I say that to say, you got to have a little hope. You got to have a little faith. You got to have a little adaptation. Like, you can't just always sit around, mope around, you know, be sad about your situation. You have to do something about it. And like I said, it's okay to feel that way. Like, you have a right to feel that way, but don't let it consume you completely. Like, don't let it take over you. Don't let that be the reason why you just sit there, because Lord knows that it's been situation and times where I've just been like, you know what, I give up. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not dealing with this no more. I'm done. But when you have good support system, they'll keep pushing you, and you keep pushing yourself. Even if you don't have a support system around you, you have to learn to push yourself. You have to learn to adapt to your situation. It's okay to feel the way you feel about it, but you have to do something about it. You can just sit there and keep, okay, well, I'm sad, I'm this. So say that to say that. But I see I see bros on here, but I don't see. But I'm gonna put the link in comments if anybody wants to come on. Hang on. If anybody wants to come on, use the link and come on and chat and talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. I'm just talking about whatever it is, how I wanted to talk about. But anywho, so back to the job. So when I got the job, here's another thing when it comes to like sickle cell patients working. Whenever we work so hard that whenever we have to take off to take care of ourselves, we start to feel guilty about it. Or the job start to feel some type of way about it, or, have say so's, and they want to lay you off because they feel like you've been off too many times or you're not reliable, whatever the case is. But here's the crazy thing. It's not even that you're reliable. You're always at work. You're always doing what it is you're supposed to do. You're the top employee. You're great. You're fantastic. All this other stuff. But then when you're not there, they miss you because you're a fantastic employee. So then whenever you miss, the 2 or 3 days or whatever, then it becomes an issue. It becomes a problem. And I really think that something needs to be done, even though they have all this FMLA rules and all this intermediate FMLA and all that stuff. But a lot of employers just make sure that they stay within the scope of following that particular law, and then they go around and find a way or other ways to you know either cut your time or lay you off or whatever the case is. So it's like, oh, no, we didn't fire you because you weren't coming to work. We fired you because you missed one, just like little stupid stuff. But then they have a right to, because it's at will state. They can fire and hire you for whatever reason. They don't have to tell you. But they try to tell you, oh, it's not because of discrimination, but really it is. And it's like, if I'm always at work and I need to take the time out to go take care of me, then what is the big deal? Why can't I take a week off when I'm in the hospital? Why can't I take 2 days off? And I think the problem with sickle cell is like people don't understand the disease. So with people not understanding the disease, they feel like, oh, you're out too much. You're taking too much time. You're this, you're that. We can't help that. We can't predict it. There's no way possible that we can predict our crisis or anything else that's going on. We don't know. We never know. Our doctors can't even predict it. So it's like, how do you expect us to be able to tell you, oh, yeah, by the way, in 2 days, I'm going to be sick. I'm going to be out. No, we can't do that. Ours just come and go. Like, yeah, an hour ago, I was just fine, kikiing and laughing with you. But with sickle cell, you never know. It could be 30 minutes, it could be 5 minutes from now. Like, I don't know. So I feel like a lot of people need to really understand the disease and stop stigmatizing us by that. Like, I hear a lot of people say, oh, their friends or their family feel like they're lazy, or whenever they don't want to do something, they use it as an excuse, because it's like, wait, you were just laughing with me 5 minutes ago. So why now all of a sudden you're crying that you're in pain? That's an issue. That's a big issue. People really need to understand how the disease works, because nobody should be saying, oh, you were just laughing 5 minutes. Why sick now? I don't know. I can't even explain it and tell you why. But stop telling people that they're faking it or that they're lazy or whatever the case is. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what their situation is. And that brings me to the whole Black Panther Chad situation. So, I know that there was a time that he was sick and people were looking at his pictures and saying, oh, he looks sick, he's been on crack, is this y'all's king or whatever the case is. But nobody really knew what he was going through. But guess what? He was able to push through and do the movies and do whatever it is that he was supposed to do. So that's why I feel like, a lot of times, hold on a minute.
Yo,
It's fine.
what's going on?
Nothing. What do you want to
I
talk
had, huh?
about? I said, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I'm sleepy. No, I'm just kidding.
Me too, I am, but I'm trying to push through. I might
Yeah,
I might
I
cut
mean,
my conversation short and just talk about stigmatizing. And you know what? That's really what this show is about. Is that I wanted to talk about like the next level to go with sickle cell. I know that it's a lot of like advocacy groups, so many people doing so many different. But I think the direction that I want to take is having people to stop stigmatizing. Like, I think we are more than a stigma. Like, I'm so tired of people saying, oh, y'all just lazy, or it's nothing wrong with you. You just pain medication, or those sicklers, or whatever it is that they call it. Like, I am a hard working person. I work my butt off, and I don't want to be stigmatized. I'm just like any regular person, and I just have a illness that sometimes hinder me from doing certain things. So I feel like that stigma needs to disappear. I feel like people really need to understand what the disease about, so people can stop, hey, there they go again. She's back in the ER. Guess what, defensive? What do you want? Pain meds. Like, I think it's just ridiculous. I think we
I,
need to find a way to break the stigma.
my thing is, for me, like, don't feel sorry for me and don't judge my situation. You know, I'm not asking for pity, and I'm not asking for anybody to tell me how I'm supposed to feel or how I'm supposed to look. I'm not looking for nothing from you. Just understand that there are people out here that are going through their own stigma or their own situation, and you gotta respect their own situation. You can't assume they're a liar or assume anything. They don't need nothing from you. You
Ex-
know, even in the healthcare field, like all I need from you is to do your job.
and
I
and you
don't.
And that's the crazy thing. It's just, and then you know what? And then with the healthcare field, it pisses me off because a lot of times we're going so nice, like, yes, ma'am, yes, please, da 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 da. And then, because we are nice, we're not screaming, we're not crying, we're not yelling at them, then they take us for granted and think that we're just playing. And then when you start cursing them out, it's like, oh, you're violent. Oh, you just want this or you just want that. And it's just like, yo, like I can't win or lose. Which one is it? Like, am I gonna get this
Hmm.
or do I have to come in there like mean and evil? So
I
I
just
don't
stopped talking. I just stopped talking. So I don't want to react when they ask me questions. Sometimes I just say I'm not ready to answer. Or I'm ready to answer, and
trust me.
keep it
It's just
moving because
it's,
they
I get
don't care. You're just like a body to them.
and
You
I
know.
get exhausted. Like I get to the point where I'm just like, and I hear a lot of patients say that, and they say, you know what, I'd rather be in pain than have to go deal with people in the hospital or, the medical facility. And I think that that's a sad statement. I've heard a lot of people lose their life, sickle cell patients lose their life that way, waiting too long to go to the emergency room or to the hospital, or, leaving because they didn't feel like they were treated well. They end up, with their death. And I'm like, why should we go into the sacrifice of ourselves? It's because people don't understand.
Mm. I just don't go anymore.
Right.
No
And that's
matter how I
thing.
feel.
That's another thing. You don't go anymore. There's so many people that are like that that are like, no, I'd rather just be in pain at home. Like I'm not dealing with that. I don't nope, don't want to be there, don't want to deal with that. But
Hmm.
and I still think that is so sad. I think that is just like the saddest thing ever. Is like why
It's
would you?
is the harsh reality of things. The medical emergency room now is made for just gunshots and stabs. You know, it's like the people that have underlying ailments are put to the side.
Decide?
We you don't see blood coming from our mouth, or you don't see you know anything traumatic. So you're assuming that the person is okay. Like in order for someone to be sick now, or in order for someone to get help fast enough, you have to literally be dying. You have to literally be falling out in the middle of the waiting room in order for you to get seen, which is the harsh reality of the
Yeah,
medical field. Because I mean, I'm not that old, but I remember when nurses actually give a fuck.
yeah,
Excuse my English,
right.
but
Where it wasn't just about the money.
yes, I remember when nurses took pride in their job.
Yes, it
They
wasn't just
they
about how much you were getting paid.
yes, and now it's like they have got so much kind of people, so much kind of hearts in the nursing home field, or the I said nursing home in the nursing field
Nursing.
now that they're evil people. I hate to say it like that. They're evil people. They are nurses that got into nursing because that was the only career that they could do at the time. You know what I'm saying? Whatever kind of certification they have, whether it's RN or BSN or whatever, that was the only thing they could go through, and they don't really care to take care of people. They just care for the pay that comes with it. You
Mm.
know,
And that's
and
sad though, because I feel like there are definitely two things that you have to have a heart for. That's education and
mhm,
health. Health
and
first.
health,
Uh,
mhm,
And remember the doctor that told me he was doing me a favor by giving me
yeah.
medication. Like, first of all, you already know that pain medication is not healthy for me. It's gonna damage my liver in the long run. Like, so many things can happen. And then, like, it scares me when I go into the hospital and have to have medication because guess what? They've OD'd me twice in the emergency room. Not me. I've never OD'd myself. The hospital has OD'd
Mm-hmm.
me twice. Why? Because y'all were rushing
And
or
that's the
didn't
thing.
know what dose you gave me. So it's like, you
Mm-hmm.
weren't doing me a favor. You were doing your job.
Yes,
And if you
yeah.
felt like that was your job, then so be it. And then, and then for the medical facility, they feel like that was justified. Like, oh yeah, he didn't say anything wrong. So that's why I say, a lot of times it's just like we have to break the sickle cell stigma. And it's really sad because with everything going on, I feel like I know that sickle cell warriors are working hard to get this to the forefront and to do what they can. But I feel like people still don't know about it. Like I have reached out to a couple of, certain people and said, hey, are you guys able to just make a little note or something saying it's sickle cell awareness month? Like, you don't have to be from me or whatever, but just let people know, and so people can know their genotype. And nobody responded because nobody knows what sickle cell is, or if they do, they're just like, oh, they're just drug addicts.
They don't care unless they know someone.
Somebody
Unless,
that deals with it, right? Nobody really understands until you know
yeah,
somebody that deals with it. And I feel like
yeah,
that is something that's just to the point
just
that, and I don't want to have no diseases, takes precedent over the other. Like any rare disease is horrible in itself. I was
I
in
don't
this
I
debate.
don't have to know someone with HIV to care,
Right.
about
Thank
someone
you.
that has HIV. I don't have to know someone with diabetes
To
to
care.
care
Thank you.
about someone that have diabetes, or to
Thank
to
you.
give a
Thank
flip about their diagnosis.
thank you.
I don't have to have someone that have high blood sugar for me to say, yo, that person needs some insulin. You get what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
it's just
Don't
it's
right. You don't have to. I don't have to know what it is. I just know that this person
yeah.
is. And to me, I feel like that should be enough, and not even that. Ask. And I'm most disappointed in still some of the medical facilities that are still either asking how long have you had it, what should we give you. I mean, just still
Hmm.
ask a certain way. It's like, okay, well, we know it's only one half a page about sickle cell, right? In the nursing book, they said it's like
Yeah.
half a page of information. We know that, right?
Yeah.
But I guarantee you that you have enough patients coming in. You have enough patients coming through that you would have learned about this disease, and you would learn how to treat people
I
with.
mean, we got doctors that write about sickle cell,
Yeah, thank you. And the sad
but
part about it is like we're not even asking for much though. It's not like we're asking you to roll out the red carpet or whatever. We're just asking for a little respect. We're asking you to stop stigmatizing us. We're asking you to
hmm
stop telling us we're just drug addicts or we're pretending, or so many other different things that people say about it. There's this it's just so much, like it's article, it's just different things, and sometimes listening to patients and the things that they still go through in this day and age. Like in this day and age, there's still things that people go through that I gasp and like, oh my god, like even me myself, like wow, we're still going through this in this time. Like people still telling you you're gonna die young, and like even with the medication and the breakthrough and everything
hmm
going on, people are still very naive and people are still very ignorant. I don't
Yep.
even think they're naive at this point. I think people are just ignorant.
I'm with you. You
I
know.
really think people are just ignorant. But like I said, this is conversation that we as patients, we as warriors, is a conversation that we need to keep having. Every time something goes wrong in a medical facility, don't just quiet about it. Like do something about it.
And let's talk about the elephant. I mean, we don't have time anymore that much, but let's talk about the elephant in the room. Like, they don't care because it's a black illness.
Yep.
Let's be real.
Ding
You
ding.
know, and now it's not even a black illness anymore, but they still consider it to be a black illness. So
Ding ding ding.
when we go back to healthcare and the African American community, And what illness now? We have diabetes, we have heart disease, but sickle cell was our stigma, was
But
a illness of the African community.
yeah,
So
yeah,
really, if you look at that, that that is one of the reasons why sickle cell is not really considered the one of the
not even
illnesses to
African
be.
American disease anymore, right? And it's
Yeah,
true, so true, very true. But
no.
uh, I don't get it. I really don't get it. And my prayer is that nobody that's not strong enough or doesn't have information about it end up with a child with it. Like that's my biggest fear. People are so naive about what's going on, and then they don't know their genotype or what what it is, or
Mhm.
if they have the trait or not, and they get with someone else with the trait, and you have the baby, and then you're so
Mhm.
naive that you don't know how to handle the situation. You don't know how to be sympathetic about it. You don't know how to you think your child is pretending all the time. You start beating your child. I mean, so many can happen. Like I remember back in the days talking to older warriors. These were things that they were going through. Their parents used
Yeah.
to think that they were making it up, and they used to beat them for pretending or for,
I
you know,
mean,
lying, and oh, there's nothing wrong with you. And then the medical facility didn't understand it, but now people understand it. You're
but
supposed to at least.
think about it. The people that we know that have passed of sickle cell have passed of complications that could have been avoided.
Right.
Because they didn't look sick, or they didn't move the way a dead,
Yeah.
a person that is dying
Mm-hmm.
would move. They assumed that the person was all right, and they literally went home to die,
That's so
or
sad
they went home to come back to die.
to die. Yep.
So
I've heard that story more than once, more than
yeah,
twice, like too
yeah,
often. That's
yeah.
the sad reality of it. That story has been heard
Especially
too
with
often.
sickle cell, yes. You
Yeah.
hear people being sent home from the hospital and dying at home, or coming back and ended up dying. And usually you will hear about the patient telling the doctor that they're not ready to go home yet.
Mm-hmm.
Or you hear about the family member telling the doctor that they are not ready to go home yet.
Oh yeah, but the doctor would discharge them,
They
saying,
will discharge you, yes.
You look fine. You're starting
Yeah.
to sit up. You're talking better. You
That's the
laugh."
problem. Yeah.
Like I can laugh. Like people laughing. That's what people don't understand. Like there's so many different ways. Like I've met so many different warriors, and they mask their pain differently. Some laugh. Some make jokes. Some
Mhm.
rock. Some hum. Some listen to music. Some don't talk. Like people have different ways to cope with their pain,
Mhm.
and you can't say, oh, because this person's over there talking and laughing, they fine. There's nothing wrong with them. You don't know that. You don't
You don't
understand
know.
how that person try to zoom it out. Like you don't know. So how can you
Exactly.
judge? So I just think it's just crazy. But as I said, this is conversation that I want people to continue to have, is talk about the stigma. Talk about the things that makes you angry that people do with sickle cell, but doggone well that that's not it. We know doggone well
Mhm.
that we're not lazy. Sickle cell patients are one of the most
The hardest working.
people that I know. When I tell you hardworking, even ones that are on disability, it's not by
Mhm.
choice. It's not by choice. And even still, then they're hustling. They're still maybe their advocacy work, or, their side business or whatever. They're constantly always hustling, and they're not on
Exactly.
disability by choice. Do you know how hard it is to get on disability? Like seriously, people, do you know how hard it is to get on disability? For a person to get on disability, it means they really need it. It's
Mm.
not them pretending that, oh, I don't feel good, I have pain. No, it's because they really need it. So people, your stigmas or whatever it is, it doesn't work. It does not work, because these people are hardworking. They're all working. They out here winning. And not even that, like they are the most grateful people that I know, the most grateful people that I know. So I really want people to stop stigmatizing sickle cell. Like if you don't know anything about it, ask the person instead of judging or making comments or saying whatever it is. Ask the person. And I guarantee you, any patient you meet will be willing to educate you on it. They will educate you. They will tell you. They'll say,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh yeah, I'm laughing because that's how I deal with it. I deal with it by laughter. It keeps me from thinking. It keeps me from thinking about the pain. Like, so ask, sit down and ask, talk to. If you know anybody with sickle cell, talk to them. If you have a family and you're the one frustrated and say, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with you. You were fine 5 minutes ago." Sit down and talk to that family member and really see. Okay, well, tell me a little bit about it, and they will. They'll explain it to you.
I mean, imagine if you're going through pain 95% of your life.
Of your life all the time,
Would
24.
you cry every day when you're going through pain? I mean, think about that. Would you scream every day when you're going through pain?
Very true.
So that's why you don't get no reaction because
Yeah,
what more can I do? I've been doing
right.
this for 34 years. What other reaction can I give you that's gonna satisfy you?
Right. And that's the sad part. Is like, remember we talked about the shirt, do I look sick enough now? A ho.
Hmm.
And I think that's a great shirt, but I think, that'll be disrespectful to a lot of medical
A lot
providers.
of people are gonna be upset.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I don't mean it by disrespect. It's just like I'm tired of y'all acting
it's the
like,
truth.
hey, you look fine. I know someone, I know a sickle cell warrior that every time she's sick, she does not leave her house without being dressed. When I tell you dress, I mean dressed to the gods. Like she's got
Hmm.
her heels, she's looking cute, she's looking sexy, her hair's done, her makeup is on, like she's cute. And then because she's cute, y'all say, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with
There's
you."
nothing.
No,
Yeah.
she's always like that. That's how she is. Like that's how she copes with it. She does all that to help herself not think about the pain while she's home. So while she's home, she's doing that to cope with her pain. And when she
Yep.
can't take it anymore, she comes to the hospital. So it's like, yeah,
Hmm.
just judge not knowing anything. That's how she always is. She's always dressed. She's
It's
always
crazy,
looking fly.
man.
Yeah, but y'all want to judge her because she came into the hospital looking fly. Nah,
Yeah.
better yet, you know what? Let me go in the bathroom, wipe my makeup off, rip my shirt. What else?
Dressed like a human being.
Black my eye out. Like, what else do you want me to do to
Yeah.
satisfy you? It's just like I don't get it with people. But you know what? That's gonna be a
I
conversation,
just give up. You know,
right?
I just deal with my sickle cell doctor. I try to get my medication. I try to treat at home. Whatever pain I go through it in the privacy of my bedroom because,
That's it.
I would hate to smack the crap out of a doctor one day.
Ooh,
And
tell you,
and that's, I hate to say it like that because there are some great, my doctor, our sickle cell doctor. He
amazing.
that's a hero.
Yep, he
You
is.
know,
He is.
So I'm not saying they're a bad doctor, but I would hate to smack.
Well,
Uh, uh,
almost happened to me one day, and you had to talk me off that ledge because that man really pissed me off, telling me he did me a favor. I was gonna rip one in his butt. I didn't care no more after that day. I was like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And that's why I said in the beginning, have good support systems around you. Have good people that you can talk to that can talk you off the ledge. Because we go through situations that just make us feel like, you know what, F it all. Like after this, I
mm-hmm.
don't give a whatever is gonna happen is gonna happen. So you have to have that support system around you that will talk you down. But
Mm-hmm.
also with the providers, y'all have to be careful with the way you speak to people. Not even just only are you making them feel some type of way? You don't know if that person is at that breaking point. You don't know if they're
Mm-hmm.
suicidal. You don't know if that last comment you made is what's going to end it all. And one thing for me is I believe in the yeah, I know I believe in God. I also believe in karma. I also believe in somebody's spirit coming back to hunt you and all the above. So that's why I always believe in doing good. So you
So
just
you believe in a higher power?
I do. I believe in the higher power. I surely do. I'm telling you that karma, especially, like I don't play with karma. That's why I try to, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but that is why I try my very best to be kind to everybody that I meet, unless you take me there. Y'all, yeah. For the people that know me, y'all know me. But for the people that don't, I am very nice and sweet until you take me to that point. And when you take me to that point, it's hard to bring me back. And when you bring me back, I'm done forever, like forever, ever. But like I said, it's just good to have good people around you. to kind of support you, talk you off the ledge, help you out. But we really have to stop dealing with the stigma. But on that note, I'm about to go to bed. But before we
Me
go to
too.
bed, we gotta say something about what we're gonna do for Sickle Cell Awareness Month. So this was supposed to start like, I don't know, but things happen. So what we're doing is for anybody that subscribes and make a comment on our video, we're gonna pick random people, and I think we'll start this week. Oh, this week is over. Okay, I think we'll start Monday, and then we'll pick the person like every Friday. I might do like a live and pick the person, on live, and uh, it could be anything. We're not gonna tell you guys what you're winning, but you see it every week whenever we do pick the winner. But in order to just qualify, all you have to do is subscribe to the YouTube and make a comment. That's it. It could
Hmm.
just be, hey, hi, bye, whatever. Just make a comment so that we can see the names of the people, because I don't I haven't been on YouTube. I don't know how long I've been on YouTube, but I have not played with YouTube that much to know who subscribed and who didn't. I'm still working at it. Same with this application here. I had to use my cell phone because I can't figure it out on the computer. So I couldn't figure out how to figure out who subscribed, didn't subscribe, or whatever. And we really don't have that much time, but we try to do the best that we can with our advocacy work. So if you comment, we'll pick a name. I won't be biased. I'll just let somebody else, maybe in the sickle cell community, or maybe one of the kids in the house or something, pick a name. And then on Fridays, we'll release it out. So it could be anything. It'll be donation. Not
Bump that. I'm biased. I'm winning it.
No, he's not. Because he's contributing to it. So I don't know how you can contribute and win. He's not winning it. So whoever wants to participate, you're welcome to. If you don't, that's okay too. But on that note, I'm going to sign off. I hope that I can do this again sometime soon. But as you can see, the way my life is set up, I can't make plans.
Yeah, and I gotta go sell some shoes, so I gotta go.
Yeah. Well, bye. You can hang up. You can hang off of the thing. I don't know how to
All
do it.
right, everybody. Talk to y'all
But
later.
I
Bye. See y'all soon.
coming back.
Arrivederci. Happy Sickle Cell Month. Bye.
That's right. But yeah, but I am heading off too. But as I said, if you want to participate, that's fine. If not, that's okay too. And I don't know how often I'll be able to do this, but whenever I can and whenever I have time, I will. And I will always post the link in the comments for anybody that wants to come on and share or talk about a topic or whatever. You're welcome to come on with me, as my brother just did, and have a conversation. So y'all have a good night. I am leaving, and I would, next time I want to do this, I'll post it a little bit more, and I'll probably try to do it a little bit earlier. All right. Well, thank you for everybody that did come through. I really appreciate you guys' time. You guys have a great night, and remember, protect your energy. It's okay to feel how you feel about things. Just adapt to it. Find a solution to it. Don't dwell over it. Feel what you feel and move on. All right. Well, you guys have a good night.